I know y'all looking at my hair, but this is the, remember I said I was gonna do the curls blueberry bliss, and I did. I used the shampoo, I used the deep conditioner, I used the leave-in, and I used the twist and shout, and I did twist and put them up in a ponytail because I knew the weather was gonna be looking like it was looking, and I wasn't really going nowhere to have to you know, be doing nothing special. So I did the twist. I'll probably redo them and maybe do a results and review or take down results and review video. But if not, y'all, that's okay. Y'all know what it look like. Y'all know what curls blueberry bliss, how it does in my hair. If not, check out some of those other videos. I'm hoping for no flakes, but with the rain and stuff, if I did have flakes, maybe they gone. Hi, I'm Healy Means. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a backyard shenanigans video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a quick video. I just wanted to show you how the garden is looking now that I'm back from the cross-country road trip. Y'all, that trip, I'm telling you, some stuff you just can't make up. But we're not talking about that right now. Right now, we talk about the garden. And I got some new additions. Y'all, the first thing that I want to show you is two new additions that I received from my relatives while I was on a cross-country road trip. Now, I brought these out here just maybe a day yesterday or day before yesterday. I brought these out here and I do have them covered up because I don't want nothing like getting to them, y'all. So this is the Asian date. Some people call them jujube trees. So that's what this is. And then this one is the Jerusalem artichoke. And I just want, I'm going to lift this up. Y'all, please don't let they have no spiders on here. Or nothing, or no bugs. Because you know no, you know what? I'm not going to take it off. But let me see if I can get around here. I just want to show you. So you see this one right here. This one was just like the root. Like it didn't even, it wasn't grown at all. There was nothing. It was just the root under the ground. And it was nothing during the drive, y'all. So we drove for what, like 3 days, I think, from the time that I got this. During the drive, this thing sprouted and started growing, and it looked so good. And this one was already, like this taller one, this one had already started growing, but it definitely was not even like half the size that it was, you know, like what it is right now. Y'all, and I have this Bluetooth in my ear. I sure hope the sound is coming through. And then look like, I don't know if that's another one down there growing. I'm not sure, y'all, but I know I need to add some more soil in this pot. I'm going to add some more soil in this pot. I'm trying to find out like their permanent locations. So these are two new plants that I got from the road trip. They are doing well. They are very healthy. I do have them protected and covered because I don't want nothing to happen to them until I get them situated where I want them to be. Let me show you something else that's not quite as new, but is new. These two plants were gifted to me from a fellow gardener. Thank you very much. And this is actually the second set of plants. The first set of plants did not survive, and I even saved, y'all, I even saved. So that was like the first iteration of this one, and this is the miracle leaf, like the miracle of life plant. And this was the first time, y'all, it didn't work out, and she so graciously and unexpectedly sent me another one, and it is doing well. It is at least twice the size it was when I first got it, but that was like a month or two ago. And it seemed to like just be growing slow, but I mean, it's growing. I have definitely gotten new leaves. Something is like kind of munching on it. I think I'm going to have to cover this up as well. It's been doing okay. I did put a little liquid fertilizer on it yesterday, and it rained overnight. So It's doing well. I think I need to protect it. I know she said don't do too much, because if you do too much to it, that could hurt it. But I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to grow this slow. Maybe it's, I don't know. But I don't want anything to happen to it. So that's this one. And then this one right here, this taller plant, this is the Jamaican cherry tree. And this actually was the first iteration of it, y'all. It did not survive. I saved it though, because I felt so bad. And she sent me another one. And this one is doing better. I do have new leaf growth. It is like tall and slim, just like the other one was. It's green, it's healthy, it's growing. I think I might cover it up too, y'all. I just don't want anything to happen to these plants, because she sent me 2 iterations of each plant, and I feel like, these have to survive, y'all. These have to survive. When I broke down Aunt Jerry's garden, I had 2 very small tomato plants. I don't know if they are cherry tomatoes, if they beefsteak tomatoes, because before I transformed that 6x2 into Aunt Jerry's garden, it was a raised bed that had tomato plants growing in it. That was my original tomato tree spot. And apparently some of the seeds, you know what I'm saying, like they hit the ground and they started growing. Well, they were growing in the same spot that I had the beets in. And so they stayed very, very small, but they survived. So when I broke down the raised bed, I saw this one, and then there's one other one, and they just were little bitty things. And I was like, you know what, let me put these in a pot. I did that right before we left to go on the road trip, and I came back, y'all, and I mean, look, it got some growth to it. It's like 3 times the size that it was before we left. So this is one, and then I'll show you the other one in a little bit. Here are some of the flowers that bloomed and blossomed and opened. Some of them have died. I had some other stuff growing here. We got flowers in like all different phases. I got flowers everywhere, y'all. So some of them, and they so pretty, like different colors and stuff. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. These, I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. They're supposed to be flowers of some kind, y'all. I don't know, because I ain't really into flowers like that. But I mean, whatever they turn out to be, that's what they turn out to be. I'm with it. I'm trying to get into the flowers. And then here's that other tomato plant. And just to show you, they are definitely much larger than what they were when I first put them in these pots. I cannot believe, so this is a cabbage which has been like 100% eaten up. Okay, well, not 100%, but look how large these leaves are. If you go back and look at the last Backyard Shenanigans video that I did, and that was just a little bit before we left, this thing probably was like 1/5 the size that it was. It seemed like it exploded while we was gone, and I wasn't doing nothing to it. But it is totally eaten up. I'm pretty sure they got caterpillars and worms and stuff all over this. And actually, it's trying to form a little head in the middle right there, y'all. It is, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna pull all of this up. For some reason, I put this onion right here. Maybe I found that in Aunt Jerry's garden too. Now this look like what was that? Either the eggplants or bell peppers or something that I planted. Look like they trying to come up, y'all. The beans that I never pulled up, so yellow wax beans and contenders that I never pulled them up. Y'all see the beans, they very mature. Now I'm gonna be pulling all of this up. I do have some other onions. Why am I competing with the birds, y'all? Why they louder than me? Don't they know I'm recording? And now, y'all, the onions, after like 100,000 years, now the onions want to start, showing their face. Oh, this is a bell pepper trying to come up. I planted these things back in, I believe, like January, y'all. Somewhere between January and March. But the weather was so crazy that things either just weren't growing at all, or they just were growing so slow. Like they was waiting for the weather to get right. Now the weather is getting right and they growing up, but like they being tore up. They being eaten by everything. Here is another cabbage. Y'all, they got spider webs up in there, so I can't reach in. It look like it's trying to form a head too, but it's, you know, they got too many holes, too many things done ate them up. Same thing over here. My poor little cabbages, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling all that up. All this stuff is gonna go into my compost bin, y'all, which I gotta show y'all the compost bin. These are the squash, and they starting to get some flower heads and stuff on them. They looking good, they growing, y'all, but I'm gonna be pulling all that up. These beans on the side right here that just didn't make it at all. Y'all, look at this cabbage. Do y'all remember, this is the toilet tissue cabbage, y'all. And look at that head. Look at that cabbage head. It's beautiful. And I tapped on it yesterday, y'all. It is rock solid. Like, it's ready. But I bet you if I peel them leaves back, they probably got everything in your grandma sleeping in there. So I'm gonna pull all of this up. It's not a complete waste though, y'all, because all of this is gonna go and be part of my compost. So, you know, we waste not, want not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't eat it myself, then I'm gonna use it to feed the soil, and the plants will eat it. It's gonna be eaten. Y'all, here my same little sad raspberries. On the left is the Latham red raspberry, nothing. In the middle here, the Brandywine raspberry, nothing. Over here, the Ebony King blackberry, nothing. And then you get to my beautiful grapes. On the left side, we have the Mars seedless grapes, and then on the right side we have the Thompson seedless grapes, and they are really growing. I took the clamps. Now these are Dollar Tree clamps, and I took those and I have to clamp them vertically, and you can see their tendrils are wrapping around and, you know, making sure that they got something to hang on to as I still work to try to redo my garden. But y'all, who know what the holdup is on the garden? Is this right here, y'all. This is the holdup. These are about 8 cherry tomato plants. Of course, they are trees. The jungle has regrown. Y'all, these cherry tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes, I'm thinking that they're gonna, be little. Y'all, look how large these cherry tomatoes are. Y'all know I will reach my hand in and compare, but we already know they got spiders, bugs, all kind of creeping, crawling things. And I'm not ready yet. Look at the spider web up there. They waiting to catch me slipping, but y'all ain't gonna catch me. I gotta get in here though, because you see all the yellow leaves and stuff like that. Some of these may be because of the weight of the branches, and the branches have like fallen over and pinched, and that's why the leaves are turning yellow. But look at how massive. Let me come around this way. Y'all, please, I don't have my stick with me. Please don't let they have no spider webs or no bugs. Don't let no grasshoppers jump out here, because y'all know I will fall into this cavern that's right behind me. But y'all, look. Oh, let me show you an example. See, you see that? That's what I'm talking about the branches bending over from the weight. And that's what's, causing, I believe, some of the leaves to subsequently turn yellow, and some of the branches to stop growing. Uh-oh, I felt something on my arm, y'all. Hold on, I'm trying to come back around this way. Okay, so this is the back, and you can see a few of the tomatoes are starting to turn, but y'all, they have hundreds of cherry tomatoes all around here. Everything is out of this 4x4 side of the 8x4 raised bed, except for whatever that herb is, y'all. I don't remember, but I pulled up everything else. So the only thing we have in this whole raised bed is 4 cherry tomato plants. Y'all, this is massive. This is what I'm talking about when I come out here, y'all, and I be overwhelmed. I be overwhelmed, y'all. Let me show you the other side. And y'all, look at this one aloe vera. Look at that. And I have 10 plants. Now all of them, of course, are not this big. You can see them. And like as you go down the line, they kind of look dried out. But the ones on the ends, like the 2 on this end and then the 2 on that end, for some reason they are the greenest, getting the most water, whatever. They doing well. But let me show you the other side of the tomato plant. Here is the other side, y'all, and I will go around the back. You know I want to. You know what, let me see. But the apple tree have become prolific, and I'm almost certain that they got a spider web between here that I don't see. Or they got a bird or something hiding. Let me see. If I jump and scream, y'all better not laugh at me. All right. Now look, I could barely show you the back of this, but the back of this side. Look how just huge. I mean, and still more flowers. There are hundreds and hundreds of cherry tomatoes, but see, all in here, you see like all of them dead, and I got to get all that in there. I got to clean all of that out. I got to get all of that. I have not seen any hornworms or any kind of worms on the tomato trees, but if they have worms and stuff on these cabbages down here, I'm almost certain that they got something somewhere up in these cherry tomato branches. Look at this growing, done fell all the way down here growing. This is some kind of herb, y'all. I don't remember what it is. These are my leeks still growing. Those are some kind of herbs, y'all. I don't know. But, and then they have, look like that's sage over there by my compost in place picture. That look like sage next to that, y'all. I don't know. But the main thing are these cherry tomatoes, and this is what's holding me up. It is obviously way too late to be trying to pull these up and plant them somewhere else. I have to wait until the cherry tomatoes mature, at least the majority of them, to harvest before I can do anything. But this entire area is gonna be the overhaul. I'm pulling everything up. I'm taking, you see these yellow pallets, and I think I said this in my last Backyard Shenanigans video. So each pallet will be its own raised bed, and I'm gonna have like this whole area. I'm glad that I made this where I could walk down the back of this. Now y'all know I rarely seldom do, but this allowed me to be able to get around the entire raised bed, because I couldn't do that before. And when I do the overhaul, I'll be able to do that again as well. Oh y'all, I smell them leeks. Oh, them leeks smell good. And I brought the garlic inside. The garlic is still curing inside. We're not really in a rush to use it because we have other garlic, but y'all, the house smell like, I mean, I like garlic, so it don't bother me. But oh, it smells so good. All right, now let me show y'all this apple tree. Now y'all, look at this. You remember when I was thinking that the apple tree just was, I don't know what I was thinking. It was the last thing to show any signs of life this year, but toward the end of April and the beginning of May, I started seeing new branches, new leaves, new flowers, new buds. And now look, there are apples everywhere on this tree. I mean, they are everywhere. There is hardly a branch on here that had flowers that doesn't have apples. Y'all, they are all over. I'm gonna get, I don't even want to estimate or count. And then look, and more buds and flowers for even more apples. It's gonna be so many apples, y'all. But guess what? Because we gonna be eating apple everything. Let's see if I could. Yeah. Look at that. Look at these. And then look at these. These were obviously some of the first ones. Look at these. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, we're gonna be eating some apples. Let me let y'all look and see that. We are going to be eating plenty of apples this year. I'm gonna clear my stomach because I don't want to be eating all of it. I like to eat my apples raw, but I cut them up and put them in my oatmeal, put them in my muffins, just whatever. I like apples. Here is the lemon tree full of leaves, y'all. Full of leaves. I had a lot of flowers, but maybe the pollination did not go as well as expected because I just have this one lemon. If you can see that one lemon. Now it have grown in size like just a little bit, but y'all, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to wait for some kind of second flowering or something like that to come with the lemon tree, because I got plenty leaves. It's very healthy. I don't have as many curled leaves as I did last year about this time, but I also don't have as many lemons as I did last year this time. Y'all, but we're gonna see. If I have learned anything else this particular growing season, it is definitely patience. Here are both of my sweet potato, my Japanese sweet potato containers. On the left side, I believe it's a 45-gallon grow bag. And then on the right side, I have a 15-gallon planter pot. And I know, people say, well, wait till the majority of the leaves turn yellow. Wait until it look like it's dying. That's when you flip the pot over. Some people say when you see flowers, then that mean that you're ready. I have not seen one flower since I have ever, planted that sweet potato in the ground, y'all, way back last September. So this is the same this is the same potato growth and stuff, sweet potato growth from last September when I put those 2 Japanese sweet potatoes in the ground. One potato gave me all of this and the other potato gave me absolutely 0. So I took some of the slips and I put them in the 45-gallon grow bag, and I put all the rest of them back in this 15-gallon bucket, and it was looking real dire, y'all. Go back and watch some of those previous videos and now look at it. Now for real, you can't see the soil in either the grow bag or the 15-gallon bucket. So, but nothing it's not like a majority dying. There's no flowers. There's no indication to me, if I go by that, to turn the bucket and see what kind of potatoes I have. Like I said, I first planted those 2 sweet potatoes at the end of September of 2022. And we going towards the middle of June 2023. Y'all, how long I got to leave this stuff in the ground before I check to see if I got some sweet potatoes? Y'all, let me know. Should I turn these over now to see what I have? Y'all, my concern is that I'm going to have a lot of potatoes, but they're going to be full of holes because I left them in the ground so long that all of the bugs and the whatever, ate them up. You know what? If I have 3 or 4 good potatoes, I don't care if I have 50 potatoes and I only have 3 or 4 good ones. To me, that's still a win because all of this is from one potato. But, I would if I could have 15 or 20, y'all. But these are the Japanese sweet potatoes. Let me show you what else is going on. This is pretty much, I think I'm going to call this is just my pepper bucket. So this is a 15-gallon bucket of last year's bell peppers. I had green, yellow, orange, red, all of the other bell peppers. They still was a little bit green, y'all. So I couldn't throw them away. I couldn't get rid of them, y'all. So I just put them all in this bucket and I just let them be. And they was looking good, and then they wasn't, and then they were, and then they weren't. And now I see a lot of flowers. I see some peppers, but y'all, I don't know. But I'm just leaving them here because y'all, I can't throw them away. I can't throw them away, y'all. I can't do it. But whatever come from this, it come from this. Now look at this. This one done rotted all the way on the plant. It done went all of the colors, y'all, and now it's brown. I see some other peppers in here, various sizes, various stages. But I'm just leaving this like it is. Everything almost is at a standstill, y'all, because like I said, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to do my whole overhaul and transformation of my garden. It's starting to drizzle out here too, so I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go back inside in a little while. Y'all, look at my strawberry plants. I had 2 huge strawberries and they got a big old hole in it, so we know we won't be eating that. But that must have happened while I was gone. But look, the flower, I got more flowers. These strawberry plants are flourishing in this little bitty small container, y'all. This is a temporary container. These are going on 4-year-old strawberries, y'all. I meant to get rid of them. I couldn't. They had 1 green leaf, y'all, and I had to save them. And then these are the ones that I bought. That was supposed to have been 10 bare root strawberries for $5 in a pack, y'all. And if they had 1 that survived, this is the one that you see. I don't know what that is growing on the left side. That ain't no strawberry. I don't know what that is. I have this covered up to protect it against, the bugs and stuff or whatever. But they got at least 1 spider in there because something is floating. I see something floating. Y'all, it's really starting to rain, so let me hurry up and get through the rest of this. The hibiscus. Oh my goodness, this hibiscus just, I almost want to cry. I am just really hoping that it continues to grow. I see what potentially might be some flowers coming. I just need this to grow well enough and be healthy enough for me to get a cutting off of it, because I definitely want to get some more hibiscus plants going. This was the little dead stick. That's the other hibiscus plant, y'all, that just gave up the ghost. These are the two black cobra hot peppers that are continuing to grow. I put them next to each other. I had one of these in a pot with the hibiscus, but the hibiscus is growing so big, I don't want anything like impeding its space, so I just put these together. These pots are temporary for these peppers, and I just have them sitting in this 15-gallon pot, which was where the other hibiscus plant was growing. All of this stuff is temporary, y'all. I want to do this overhaul, but I can't do anything until I harvest the cherry tomatoes, because that's the space that I need. This is still my earthworm bin. I mean, I hope they got earthworms in it, y'all. I hope they do. And these are some branches from Aunt Jerry's garden. This is what I put at the bottom, like these branches and sticks and stuff. And other larger pieces of like organic material to put at the bottom to help save money and stuff on having to try to fill it up with soil, because the raised beds are pretty deep. And then that's one of my compost in place pictures that was in Aunt Jerry's garden. These are my 3 Oyas from Aunt Jerry's garden. And this palette right here is what I use to measure to see what size I had to have the boards cut. So each raised bed will be this size. So this, let me step back a little bit. So this is the size of one pallet, and it's gonna be smaller raised beds, but that's okay. That's how I want it. I feel like I can grow a greater variety of plants and produce and vegetables and stuff. And if I have an issue, I can better handle this smaller area than having to disturb an entire 4x4, an entire 6x2. You know, I can handle this smaller. So I plan on having 6 to 8 of these in that area where the 8x4 is, where the cherry tomatoes are. This is just some sifted, you know, trash of when I was doing Aunt Jerry's garden, just pulling up that raised bed. This is Aunt Jerry's raised bed. I probably need 2 more of my 31-gallon trash cans. So all 3 of these are full to the brim with sifted soil. And I still have this much soil left. This raised bed is 17 inches deep. And it is probably 9/10 full with soil. I have a little bit of like larger pieces of trash and the branches and stuff on the bottom. But this is almost completely filled with soil. Y'all, I'm not going to have to worry about soil for a long time. I'm just going to have to just re-nourish it and amend it as the years go on. But I will have like soil per se. I will have that for a while. Y'all, my cherry tree. Oh no. Nah, I just came out here yesterday, y'all. The birds. You know what? I waited too long. Look at that. The birds plucked into my cherry. So I have one cherry right here. I have another cherry is back there. If you can see it hiding. I don't know how I'm going to be able to reach that cherry. And then, let's see. The last cherry is right. See right here, if you could see that. And they went from like 100% green to almost black. So I know them things is sweet. And these are on my mini royal cherry tree. It's so funny to me every time I say mini royal, because you think like small mini, but it's MINNIE. That's the type of cherry tree this is. And then her sister tree is this one. This is the Royal Lee. And I need these 2 cherry trees to cross-pollinate with each other to produce cherries. Here in the middle, I still have my Washington Navel Orange, and it is full of spider webs. They got some little oranges in there. I'm not really expecting too much from this. I'm not really expecting the oranges to develop like that. These are both in 15-gallon buckets. Y'all, I'm trying to concentrate because the rain is coming down all in my face and my eyes. Y'all know I'm recording from my camera, and I can't afford for that to to go out, y'all, because then I ain't gonna have nothing else to record. Y'all, I want to get some good like portable camera and inside home camera equipment. I also want to get software like live stream, or what's that, StreamYard. I want to get software and stuff like that, but y'all gotta tell me now. I need something affordable, because you know my channel not popping like that, you know, not yet. But I do want to get a good outdoor, maybe like vlog camera, and then I want to get a indoor camera set up. That way I don't have to use my phone. If I tell y'all what model phone this is I'm using, you're going to laugh. It is so old. It is like many generations old. But guess what? It still works. So we still using it. All right, y'all. Here is the herb garden. Y'all, look at all of these seeds. These are all parsley seeds. Look at that. Probably, I don't know, thousands of seeds at least on the parsley. But I harvested this heavily. So I let it go to seed. I'm probably going to collect these seeds and save some of them. Here I have mint. And I noticed, oh y'all, it smells so good. But I noticed that the leaves coming in are more, like a larger quantity. But they are smaller in size. And I wonder if it's because the plant is outgrowing a 5-gallon bucket. But y'all, that's as big as I'm going to let it go. Because I learned from experience that mint will just overtake the whole garden. So we ain't doing that no more. Same thing with the sage. The sage is just growing, y'all, just out of the bucket. Same thing with the lemon balm. Same thing with the rosemary. But I'm going to keep them. I'm going to refresh these buckets and, you know, trim down these herbs and stuff. But my herb garden is going to remain in 5-gallon buckets, and I want to stack them again in that vertical stack. I had 3, 2, 1 buckets. I already have been notched out and all of that. Check out like my earlier videos. You can see how I had it set up in this same area, and I'm gonna do that again. And then this one, this was my basil. It died a long time ago, but I got a lot of harvest off of that basil, and it finally gave up the ghost. It been, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 months now. But I'm saving this because I'm going to break this down and break it up, and it's going to go in my compost bin. That might be seeds and stuff on the end, y'all, and I got to be careful for them seeds, because check this out. This is my compost bin, and y'all look. Oh no, a surprise to me, y'all. Now I just came out here yesterday, and if you look at the, what was it, I just uploaded a community post, and you saw this looking way better than what it look right now. But oh man, I don't know if a bird done came on here or whatever, or the weight of the plant just dropped it all the way down, like literally from yesterday to today, y'all. Look at that. But this is a tomato plant, and it's growing out of my compost bin. Now I showed y'all this, I think, like right before I left, and it might have looked small, like say what you see focusing the camera right now. That's how it looked, I think, before we left. And when I came back, y'all, it was all of this. It was all of this. And I can't see something, but you see how like it started growing through the holes that I have in the compost bin. I did not know that I had tomato seeds, or like really anything that could grow out there. They do have some soil in here, but most of this is food scraps, long clippings, old plants and whatever, y'all. You see eggshells, banana peels, you see all of that. But that's the compost bins, and this is what's growing out of it, y'all. I'm gonna have to come out here later on today, or when it stopped raining, and I'm gonna have to see like if I could revive it. Maybe I can prop it up like on the top of this green trash can. Now this green trash can, that was my original. This is my original compost bin, but it doesn't have any holes in it or anything. So whatever going on in there, y'all, it is completely anaerobic. Well, they do have a little space in the top, so maybe a little oxygen is getting in there. But this is an anaerobic process. I have not opened up this trash can since I dumped out part of what was in there to put in here. So y'all, I don't know what's going on inside that trash can, and I'm not about to find out. I know y'all see the spider webs just everywhere. Look at the water collected on the spider webs. Each of these 4x4s are under 2 yellow pallets, but you see like they have a little bit sticking out. But so each of these 4x4s is under 2, and I believe I have 2, 4, I think 6 are under the 8x4. So y'all, it's gonna be a lot of work. There's a lot of soil to move. It's gonna be a massive overhaul project, but I need something that's just a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier for me to work with. And I just need to be able to move through the different raised beds. Like this right here, it's hard for me to get in between things. So that's why I want to break this down and do several smaller raised beds as opposed to having these larger ones. And y'all see this wood? Y'all see that wood? That's all untreated wood. Guess what's going to be at the bottom of the new raised beds? I ain't got all that money, and even though I have a lot of soil, I ain't got that much soil. I need to have soil, and then I need to have soil in reserve. So I want to show y'all something else. What I want? Oh, y'all, this cabbage right here. Look, I had so many. I even put a cabbage in with the flowers, y'all. And this one looked pretty good. This one looked pretty good, y'all, but I ain't gonna do nothing with it. I'm not gonna do anything with it. If I get a chance, I'm gonna sketch out how I want this area to look. So I need to measure out the distance between like the edge of where the last apple tree leaf is. So from here all the way to the edge. So, and I think I'm gonna come like all the way to the bricks. You see how I had this? So I had these boards and stuff, and I had to build up the soil in this area because you see the slant down. Well, I'm gonna extend this out, and I'm gonna measure from the fence to the front of the bricks to the pavers. I'm gonna get a board, and I'm gonna put this here to even it out. I'm gonna fill in all of this space with soil. So that's where some of the soil is gonna go to. That way I have, that's probably like a foot of extra space that I'm gonna have to grow things. So I'm gonna come all the way out to the bricks. That's gonna give me some extra space because I want to be able to walk between each of these beds, around them, and along the back. It's going to be a massive project, y'all. It's going to take me a while, but I can't even get started until these cherry tomatoes finish their growth cycle. And I don't want to rush them. I don't want to move them. I wish I would have paid more attention early on when they were still small. I could have transplanted them into some 15-gallon buckets. That way I could have went on with my projects. But I mean, you know, you live and you learn. And this is just something that I want to do. It's not like it's mandatory. If I wanted to, I could just start growing a whole bunch of stuff in other containers and even resow these 2 front raised beds. But that's not what I want to do. Y'all, look at these flowers. They pretty. I know I had one of my fellow gardeners and one of my subscribers, and he said, we need more garden content. I heard you. I heard you. I read that comment like early this morning, in the wee hours of the morning, and I'm out here in the rain to give you what you want. Here is your video. This is for everybody, but one person specifically asked for it, and I was like, you know what? I got to get the people what they want. I got to get the people what they want. So this is what the garden is looking like right now. This is since we have returned from the cross-country road trip. And y'all, lots of work ahead as usual, but I love it though. I do. I can honestly say I love it. Y'all, I can't wait till these apples grow. I'm gonna be tearing them up if they make it inside. Oop, look, my alarm for church, y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a blessed Sunday. Oh, look at this bird. Hey, what you doing? It ain't a hummingbird. This is something else. Let me see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Hey, what you doing? All right. I'm about to go to church. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, click that notifications bell, share this video, share my playlist, and share my channel with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.